Hi, Alan Stratton from As Wood Turns. For this week's video, I'm going to finish turning this hollow form, or what I will generally call a vase, hollow form being the woodturner's categorization for it. It is out of ash, and I was reminded when a lady saw it just the other day that these things are called features rather than defects when we're wood turning, because they provide a little bit more visual interest in the grain and point to other grain variations that make it nice. So this is a hollow form. Let's turn it. This block of ash came from a club wood raffle back when we actually had physical club meetings. It was quite wet, so I will have to let it dry before final turning. It is telling me that it would be perfect for a hollow form. I am tending to agree. I have mounted this block between centers for rough turning with my large bowl gouge. Then clean up the ends before cutting a large tenon for my largest set of jaws. I do not touch the end of a divider to spinning wood anymore due to the risk of the right side grabbing and flying into my face. Too much risk when there's a good alternative. So don't do what shows. I tune the tenon with my skew. My slant ground skew is perfect for my dovetail jaws. Now mounted in the chuck jaws, I still bring up the live center to put some pressure. It is a good insurance with heavy wet wood. Wet wood can crush in jaws and launch unexpectedly with heavy cuts that I'm likely to do when roughing green wood. The wood is telling me that it wants to be a short, mostly round vase with a small base. In further discussions, it came out that originally it wanted to be taller and stay connected to its upstairs neighbor. But it had been cut, so it decided to make the best of going solo. I plan to hollow the vase. With my hollowing tools, the process goes easier if I drill a center hole first. After all, the speed at the center is almost zero, making it difficult to cut. I'm using a 3/8" handheld drill designed for this purpose. I am not going to show the hollowing on this video. There's really not much to see on video during the hollowing process. Then I coated it with a PVA-based wood sealer from Craft Supplies USA. Actually, I had a small scrap disc laying around and decided to use it to limit air circulation to the inside with the hope to retard drying since it would not have sealer on the inside. It is held only by the sealer. Every so often, I weighed it and recorded the weight. A year later, I got distracted and did not weigh it, and again until now. This one only lost about 15% weight before stabilizing. Maybe it was not quite as green as I had thought. Now the wood is dry and has moved and warped. I'm lucky that scrap disc fit my chuck and that the sealer is holding it well enough. Still, I am worried and cannot trust it very long. The live center is in the original mark from the rough turning. It looks good on the unavoidably new axis. Not bad at all. My only task now is to whittle down the old tenon to a medium size, more suitable for how this vase has turned out so far. Just as I did when it was wet, I'm using my skew to tune that tenon. Then I check flatness across the bottom for a good mate to the chuck. I have to adjust this one as it looks concave against the long shaft of the skew. Now that the vase is securely mounted to my chuck, I can cut off that scrap disc. After that, my cone center serves well for live center pressure. However, after refining the opening, I am keeping my cuts very light. Most of them are shear cuts with my bowl gouge. The handle is low, the cutting edge is nearly parallel to the rotating edge of the wood.
I keep my eye mostly on the upper profile of the vase as it is spinning around. This is my guide to the emerging shape and whether the curve is smooth and to my liking. I sanded the vase through the grits, now to part it off. I'm deliberately leaving a nub. I was hoping that it would break off, but I left too much of this tough wood. My saw comes to the rescue. Now I have mounted a sanding pad and a No. 2 Morse taper collet in the spindle. I like this better than a Jacob's chuck because the drawbar keeps it tight. Finally, a bath of walnut oil makes the grain pop. This vase is also telling me to buff it. I want a shine. This vase is a basic wood turning that should be in everyone's repertoire. Starting with green wood made the initial cutting easier than dry wood. A block of dry wood this size would have been expensive and a lot of work. I like this vase. I thought about coloring and or texturing, but the vase said, "Shine me." I had to obey. Please give this video a thumbs up, subscribe on my website, and tell your friends. I appreciate your comments and questions. Every week I make a new wood turning video and add it to my website. Please wear your full face shield for safety anytime the lathe is running. I will see you next week with another wood turning video. Be wise in these COVID times, get your shot, and count your blessings. I think I can see a light at the end of this tunnel.